I am completely sick of everybody attacking, well, not everybody, these so-called alpha male jerk-offs, bitching and crying and whining and complaining about the new Barbie movie. Just another thing for them to hate watch and cry and whine and complain and tantrum about, because it's anti-male and it teaches little girls to do their own things, and it is totally misandrist, and it's totally including trans people, and it's poisoning children's minds. And I got a really good response over Twitter yesterday when I came back after, was it Ben Shapiro? One of those self-aggrandizing alpha male fucks who thinks they're so goddamn special. These ultra right-wing conservative Christo-fascist jackoffs with something else that they can complain about. A Barbie movie. I don't know if... What did I say? No. Jack Posobiec. Whatever. I know Ben Shapiro has been getting mocked relentlessly because he hate-watched the Barbie movie. Hate-watched the Barbie movie so he could complain to other people about how it's the end of the fucking world if you take your little 9-year-old girl to see a movie about a doll. A fucking doll. But this was the one that got me. He said they made Barbie a man-hating woke propaganda fest. They teach Barbie fans about rising up against the patriarchy. And Ken is portrayed as beta and borderline retarded. This is what he said right here. It's a horror show. And so I just had to say it. How beta is it for somebody like you to waste your time and your effort whining and crying and complaining over a Barbie movie? A movie about a doll which is geared towards little girls. Something, you should have no problem with, by the way, because Barbie was created with little girls in mind. That's what you wanted, isn't it? That's what is supposed to be right up your alley. How more conservative and traditional and just all good American wonderful could it be for little girls to enjoy playing with dolls that they can dress them up and they can have them ride horses and drive around in the 57 Chevy and go get ice cream sundaes and hang out with their friends, Skipper and Midge and Mitch the bitch, or whoever the hell they got around right now, having little dance-offs and tennis games with the Bratz dolls. There is nothing more wholesome, or should be nothing more wholesome. Of course, you have a problem with it. You have a problem with it because for some reason you seem to just be getting the idea that Barbie is a doll about teaching little girls that they can be whoever they want. When did Barbie come out? The fucking 50s? And this is like all new to them. This is all new to these scumbags. They don't like it. They don't like that little girls are going to the movie theater to see a film based on a 70-year-old doll that was created with their development in mind. And I also had to say, there is no heavily menstruating PMS-addled woman in the world who would cry and bitch and moan and complain as hard as these sorry-ass right-wing insufferable twats do. That's something that I've noticed about a lot of guys in my life. And it especially goes for guys like this asshole right here. The ones that want to pride themselves on being manly men, alpha dogs, leaders of the pack, just these living Greek marble statues of men that lather up their own ass and they lather up each other's asses, and they think that there's some epitome of human triumph, just their existence. And you can't honestly say that with a straight face when you're going after little girls and their dolls. But they do. So I also had posted a tweet going into the background of Barbie. I mean, they seem not to understand. They seem to have only just learned Barbie exists. But I wonder if they know this. Barbie was created by this woman. Her name was Ruth Handler, a brunette Jewish woman, a short brunette Jewish woman who wanted to create a new doll for a new generation and future generations of little girls and other children, anyone who wishes to use their imagination, and teach them that they can create their own dreams. Before Ruth Handler invented the Barbie doll, little girls, primarily little girls, only had baby dolls to play with, or porcelain keepsakes. You know, those images of the Victorian little girls carrying around their stiff porcelain-faced little doll with the hat and the dress. That's what little girls had to play with before she got with Mattel and rolled out the first Barbies. These were sturdier, plastic and rubber, more portable, collectible, more stronger made toys for the modern age, which were not baby dolls. They were generally anatomically correct, more adult versions of girls, young women. That was Barbie. Barbie was created to liven up the imaginations of little girls. Not so that they're stuck only with baby dolls that teach them how to be caregivers. A Barbie doll was created to teach them that they can have their own dreams. They can have their own goals. Barbie isn't a baby. Barbie is like them. Barbie is a young woman who can be anything you want her to be. And they would come out with subsequent dolls with different names so that you can collect the different dolls. You had Barbie the Ice Skater, Barbie the Beach Bunny, you had Malibu Barbie, you had a bridal Barbie, you had a businesswoman Barbie, you have Barbie in the 57 Chevy, Barbie who liked to go horseback riding. I remember when I was a kid, they had, I think it was a little pink horse that Barbie could ride. all different types of accessories and different outfits that you could change Barbie into. She had pets, she had a pet shop, she had friends, she had an ice cream shop. You know, she could dress up, she could dress down, dress for a day on the beach with Ken, dress for a night on the town at a fancy restaurant. There were keepsake Barbies, there were casual play with them Barbies. All different kinds of Barbies, all different types, endless possibilities. That's what this woman wanted for little girls. That's what this woman wanted for children growing up, to have their own dreams. She didn't want to create a toy that told them what their job in life was. She created a toy so that the little girl could imagine what she wanted her life to be. And this is a 5-second, this is Time Magazine, Time website. 5 seconds of a Google search, and you could learn everything you actually want to learn. Oops, American Idol, or X Factor bad auditions. Anyway, Jack Poso and Ben Shapiro and all these other assholes that are complaining. Barbie is woke. Barbie is about this. Barbie. 5 fucking seconds on a Google search. Like I'm going to school you. I'm going to explain the fucking world to you right now because you can't seem able to do it yourself. And nobody else has either. So I'm going to educate you right now. 5 seconds on Google. And this is how you learn what Barbie is all about. And what her owner, her creator, is all about. So let's read. When Greta Gerwig embarked upon her journey to create a story about a doll with no personality or inner life, she turned to Barbie's history for inspiration. Mattel, Barbie's parent company, led the filmmaker through an immersion experience, or Barbie boot camp, which ended up outlining the iconic doll's long history. From her debut at the Toy Fair in New York 1959 to her status as the world's most recognizable toy with more than 1 billion dolls sold. Gerwig latched onto the relationship between Barbie's inventor, Ruth Handler, and Handler's daughter, Barbara, for whom Barbie is named, during an interview for Time. Gerwig told me, a Barbie movie is only ever going to be a mother-daughter movie on so many levels because it was about Ruth Handler and her daughter Barbara. That was the relationship. And so Handler had to be in the movie. She appears as the mysterious woman in the 50s-style kitchen tucked away inside Mattel's headquarters. Later, the film reveals that Handler is in fact the creator of Barbie, and a godlike figure to Margot Robbie's character, one of the many Barbies who resides in idyllic Barbie land. Played by Cheers alum Rhea Perlman, Gerwig portrays Handler as a kind yet imperfect deity. Ruth Handler revolutionized the toy industry when she invented a mainstream doll with the proportions of an adult female. Before Barbie came along, girls mostly played with baby dolls, an act that conditioned them to be mothers. Handler had the revolutionary idea that playing with dolls modeled on grown-up women would help girls instead imagine what they wanted to be when they grew up. Handler drew inspiration from her daughter Barbara, who used to play dress-up with paper dolls. She named her iconic doll Barbie after her daughter. She debuted at the 1959 Toy Fair in New York, wearing the now iconic black and white striped bathing suit that Barbie star Margot Robbie dons in the opening scene of the film. The doll instantly became a hit and buoyed Mattel to success. Fans clamored for Barbie to have a boyfriend, so Ken, who was named for Handler's son, was introduced in 1961. Barbie transitioned from a fashion doll who just played dress up into a career woman, playing dress up as a doctor or an astronaut in addition to just fashionista. In her book Forever Barbie, the unauthorized biography of a living doll, author M.G. Lord argued that Barbie is the most potent icon of American culture in the late 20th century. She's the archetypal female figure, something upon which little girls project their idealized selves. For most baby boomers, she has the same iconic resonance as any female saint, although without the religious significance. Toward the end of her life, Handler reflected on her life as the inventor of an adult-shaped doll and pioneer in prosthesis. According to the LA Times, she was fond of saying, "I've lived my life from breast to breast." So this woman, Ruth Handler, not only made a doll for little girls to open their minds on what they would like to become in the future, but it was a doll that signified a relationship between she and her daughter. It signified stages of a woman's life. It signified everything to be celebrated and to be admired about growing up healthy with a healthy mindset as a girl, as a young woman. Pretty much anybody, any of these twats, can open up Google for 5 seconds and find all of this information. They bitch about the Barbie movie so much, I don't think they even realize who Ruth Handler was. Because a lot of these people, of course, they don't just have a problem with women. We already know they have a big problem with people of other religions, people of other backgrounds, people of other races. They have a problem with anyone and anything that isn't a white Christian male conservative. Let's be honest here. And as such, they hate everything that they see when they watch this movie, and they don't even fucking have a clue about the life and the times of Barbie's creator, her family, what she wanted to represent through Barbie, what she did for generations of young girls and adult women too. I doubt that they even know any of this, because if they did, they would definitely be bringing that shit up. That Ruth Handler was Jewish, that Ruth Handler, the creator, was a woman. They will ignore everything that this Barbie legacy means, not just to the creator, not just to a business. This doll that put that business on the map and sustained them for 70 fucking years. And that's also, they're complaining about things specifically put into the movie that come directly from this information on Ruth Handler and her relationships, her trials and tribulations through life that they don't know about. The outfits that Barbie wears in the movie come from opening events for Barbie. Uh, they don't like that Ken is an accessory to Barbie instead of the leader of the pack. Ken was never supposed to be the main draw with Barbie as an accessory. That's part of the reason Barbie was so beloved. Ken was the accessory to her. Everything they don't like. They have to try to ruin everything for people. Not even fucking Barbie. Little girls cannot even have Barbie. These people are just not satisfied unless they can ruin everything for everyone that does not fall under their terms. What they want people to consume, what they want people to look at and hear and watch and read and experience. Fucking Barbie. They're having a goddamn tantrum over Barbie. This asshole, jerk, Proboscis, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even care. I'm not looking again. I don't remember ever seeing a 7-year-old girl tantrum over wanting a Barbie as much as I'm watching his dumb ass tantrum because he doesn't like that people are seeing this. He doesn't like that people are enjoying a movie about a fashion icon whose guy is just an accessory. They don't like it because they don't like women. They don't like wokeness. And again, it's the Barbie movie comes out, and this is where it all comes out. Barbie's been around since the fucking 50s. Generations of little girls, including me, have enjoyed Barbie and gotten the message. The movie comes out, it's a hot button topic. They jump on it to voice their discontent with a movie. You don't like Barbie? Why don't you go and bitch to Mattel Company? Why don't you go picket outside of Mattel and tell them they're woke and you don't want Barbies being sold anymore? You don't like how inappropriate it is, how woke it is, how it makes men look like betas, and as such, nobody should watch Barbie. Nobody should play with Barbie. Barbie should not exist. Why are you bitching about a movie instead of going after them and seeing how far that gets you? Wait until the insufferable twats crying over the Barbie movie find out she was invented by brunette Jewish woman Ruth Handler. Girls played with baby dolls before Barbie, which taught them to be mothers. Barbie was created to teach them to have their own dreams. That's what they don't like. And it's sad. I've also been seeing a lot of bullshit from people because Oppenheimer came out, and they're bitching and complaining, and that stupid QAnon members fucking movie came out, and they're complaining about why are people going to see Barbie, the woke bullshit, when this movie is out and Oppenheimer is out, and they're trying to make a war. They're trying to perpetuate a social war over the fact that these movies are all being played together, and people are excited about one movie when it should be all about their Q movie. Listen, you fucking dolts. People can see more than one movie. People can go watch Barbie with their kids, and then they can go back the next day or the next weekend and see Oppenheimer. Human beings, I know you don't understand this concept, but most human beings are multidimensional. They are not one-dimensional, flat as a pancake NPCs in your world. They have multiple interests. They have multiple thoughts. They have different feelings. They have the ability to watch more than one movie and enjoy each of them for what it is. They also have the ability to say, I'm going to watch this, but I'm going to wait for that to come to a streaming service or come out on video. You know, America and all of that. People decide for themselves what they're going to do. For example, watching Barbie, taking their children to see Barbie, celebrating over 50 years of Barbie. A revolutionary toy which made a company an unbelievable amount of money over decades, which very, very rightfully changed an entire generation, shaped an entire generation, shaped the entire latter half of the last century, teaching girls to have their own dreams, to use their imaginations, to have fun being girls, to have fun enjoying anything that they want to enjoy, that they can be anything they want to be. In other words, all kinds of shit that you don't like and you don't want out there. Go fuck yourself. Okay? Go to hell. That's all I got to say.